You know, one beautiful thing about life is when you try to celebrate yourself, try to feel yourself, try to be who you just want to be. It doesn't matter whether you have dollars or pounds in your pockets, okay? It doesn't matter where you have starched loaded naira somewhere or in your bank account. But I believe that you are the start of your own hope. You are the start of your own faith. You are the start of your own belief. You are the start of your own new day. And today, being Thursday, is a healthy Thursday. It's the 9th of May 2024. And I want to say a beautiful morning from here, from Galaxy Television, Lagos, Nigeria. And to everyone watching us, joining us, it's a beautiful day from our side. And we hope your day is also as beautiful as ours is. My name is Olori Adejoke Adobi David, and my friends call me Olori AJ. It's a Thursday that we talk about health. How well are you keeping healthy? What do you know about your well-being? Do you have any traits or symptoms or something? Maybe you are training up early in the morning. Sometimes it may not be pregnancy. Sometimes maybe you had a wrong eating system, or you had so much heat over the night and you wake up and you start throwing up because the heat from inside and outside. There's a doctor here, so you confirm that too. So I'm not here alone, because we can always be here. But I am not here alone. As you know, I have Joy Girl from Ayoboshian right sitting next to me, and she's doing and looking all good. Hello, Joy.
Good morning.
Princess Joy Abu, aka Geneva. That's it. I got that right.
Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you.
I want you to shake off, shake into the fire. The light of God is running.
We are good. We are
yes.
back. We are
God
strong.
rest the soul of your cousin. God will rest her
Amen.
soul, and thank God she's home safe. Okay.
We thank God. We thank God for everything. Thank God for life. That's what is important.
Yeah.
You know? Good morning. Welcome to Healthy Thursday on Family and Values. Of course, we are streaming across all our social media platforms. Please download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll keep begging for that. Turn on your Facebook notification. When you see these beautiful faces, you know it's time for family and values. Today is going to be another healthy, informative thought. You know, one thing about health is what you think you know might not really be what you know until the experts, the doctors, do justice to the topic. That's when you realize that, oh, I thought I knew this, but this is the way out. So that's what Healthy Thursday is all about, and that's why we always come to the studio looking all fitted, you know, because we are preaching good health, and so we must always be in good health. I actually checked my BP yesterday night before going to bed, you know.
Yeah, it's needed
to make sure I'm fine.
It's needed, very necessary.
Yeah, so welcome. My name is to remain Joy Abu. Like you know, they've added Princess to it, they've added Jamila to it, but the one you always see is Joy Abu. Welcome to Family and Values. Good morning.
Okay, so I woke up this morning and I was feeling like, God, how am I going to manage today? See me through. I don't know how you woke up this morning.
I woke up, I had a mixed feeling, probably because of events that happened over the weekend till yesterday. So for me, waking up was, when I came to the office, someone asked me like, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not fine. You know, sometimes you just have to admit the fact that you're not fine.
And we're human.
And the moment you admit that you're not fine, you just see that strength. You just need one person to tell you, sorry, everything will be fine. And then you just see yourself gradually getting in shape. It's not the time you pretend you're not fine, you know that you're not fine.
Yeah.
So just say it, you're not fine. At that moment, you're not fine, you know. So
you're not fine. And, you know, because we are here, doesn't mean we don't have blood that runs through our veins. It's just that we need to keep on. We need to keep on. Just like you need to keep on. We need to keep on. Everyone needs to keep on, because we're still alive. Okay, it's only the dead that doesn't need to look for money for a bag of rice, as the layer will be coming in. It's only the dead that will not need, I need to buy that clothes, I need to, you know, go to that party, I need to be at that engagement or that thing. But we that we are alive, we need to continue to move, because we can't stay on a particular spot. It's time for us to go for a mini feature, and we'll be right back with our topic and our guest. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned.
Arthritis literally means joint inflammation. Joints are places where two bones meet, such as your elbow or knee. There are many different types of arthritis with different causes and treatments. In some types, other organs such as your eyes, heart or skin can also be affected. Common symptoms of arthritis include pain, redness, heat, stiffness, especially in the morning, inflammation, reduced ability to move the joint, redness and warmth of the skin around the joint, and swelling in your joint. If you have arthritis, it is important for your doctor to diagnose the type of arthritis you have so that you can get the proper treatment. Fortunately, current treatment allow most people with arthritis to lead active and productive lives. There are more than 150 different types of arthritis. The cause of some forms is unknown, but arthritis can also be the result of disease, infection, genetic defect, injury, or overuse. Arthritis affects more than 50 million adults in the United States and is the nation's most common cause of a disability. There is no known cure, but proper early treatment can help prevent permanent joint damage. Arthritis may also cause damage to joint cartilage and surrounding structures. This type of damage can lead to weakness of the joint and can affect many basic daily tasks such as walking, climbing stairs, using a computer keyboard, and even brushing your teeth. Though there is no known cure for arthritis, proper early diagnosis and creation of a personalized treatment plan can help you prevent permanent joint damage. Arthritis treatment options include lifestyle changes, medication, and even surgery for severely damaged joints. The goal of all this treatment is to reduce pain, improve mobility, and prevent further joint damage. You can influence inflammation by eating anti-inflammatory foods such as leafy greens and colorful vegetables, and avoiding these 7 inflammatory foods: processed foods, omega-6 fatty acids, sugar and certain sugar alternatives, red meat and fried foods, refined carbohydrates, cheese and high-fat dairy, and alcohol. For OA in general, the most helpful advice is to maintain an ideal weight, avoid overusing joints that are damaged, and follow a plan of exercise that strengthens the muscles supporting the joint. Your doctor or physical therapist should be able to help you with any of this.
Welcome back. I believe you were able to listen and follow our mini feature. Right now, for the topic of today, arthritis. Arthritis. It brings, this kind of shiver when I hear it because of the pain. I have heard friends who had shared their experience, and today we'll be talking a lot about it. So irrespective of the age, your size, your personality, time for you to listen. Just join us on our social media platform, and please, if you have any question, kindly send it to the number on your screen. We'd love to hear from you. Very important. And to do justice to this topic with us today, myself and Joy, we are having on the seat with us Dr. Kelvin Isibo. He's a GP, a general medical practitioner, okay, and he will be trashing, dealing, smacking what arthritis is all about. So, Doctor, it's so good to have you this morning.
Thank you for bringing me onto the program.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in this morning. In spite of the short time, thank you for finding time for us.
You're welcome.
Last time you escaped. Before I would say Jack, I'm saying 11 years. No, doctor had escaped. Today you know escape, because I'll still collect what I want to collect.
Okay, I know what she wants to collect, and you know, anytime you're on the screen with us, you know, Joy will definitely have to go.
I will get something from my guests.
Take something. So, doctor, this morning we're looking at arthritis. What is arthritis? Can we say arthritis and rheumatism are the same thing? What's the difference? I give you 3 now, so you have to.
Okay. Arthritis simply just means inflammation of the joints. Rheumatism is a word that is loosely used, by most people. So there are different types of arthritis. Since we said, okay, it means inflammation of the joints, but we have osteoarthritis, we have rheumatoid arthritis, we have arthritis due to SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, arthritis from, septic arthritis, gouty arthritis. So the one that people call rheumatism is rheumatoid arthritis, but most of the time it is osteoarthritis that they refer to as rheumatism. So because they don't really know what the definition is of arthritis, and they don't know what the definition is of rheumatoid arthritis. So the common one, the most common arthritis is osteoarthritis. So because people have heard of the word rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatism, if they want to tell you they have arthritis, they simply just say, my mom has rheumatism, my brother has rheumatism, my sister has rheumatism. So it is just used loosely. Some people use it generally for arthritis and mostly osteoarthritis, but rheumatism is referred to as rheumatoid arthritis, which is the correct word.
Rheumatoid arthritis. Hey.
Okay, rheumatoid arthritis. What I used to hear very common is rheumatism. Somebody has arthritis. This is the first time I'm hearing that there are different definitions to arthritis. But I would like to ask this. How can one tell that you have arthritis? And is there a different arthritis for men and for women? Or we have one that controls the two gender?
Well, we said the arthritis means inflammation of the joints. So when you say one has inflammation of the joints, you have to look at those signs of inflammation. If the person is showing those, usually it comes with pain of the joints. So they tell you, okay, I have pain around the joints. Then you look at it, which joint is affected, how long has the person has it, So these are some of the things you want to look at before you say, okay, the person has arthritis. So usually the signs of inflammation, it is not every arthritis that actually comes with inflammation, those signs of inflammation. Some will just have pain and they stop there. But others, they have other things outside of the pain. So the signs of inflammation that we'll look out for, one is pain. Inflammation comes with pain. Then the second thing is that inflammation comes with redness. The third thing is it comes with swelling.
Okay.
Then another one is when you touch the place, it feels warm to touch. We call it calor, heat. So it is warm to touch. You know that, okay, the place is inflamed. Then the last one is loss of function, and the person is telling you, I can't walk well. I just noticed I have difficulty walking. And for some, they find it difficult to walk, and some will tell you, when I wake up in the morning, my joints feel stiff. I notice I have to stay for about 2 hours before I can move. I have to dip my hands in warm water. I have to start flexing, my hands after some time before I can use them in the morning. So when you see things like that, it's a clue that the person has arthritis. Well, because we have different kind of arthritis, some people can have arthritis with systemic manifestation. There are some conditions that will cause arthritis and they affect other systems. So they can affect the brain. The person is acting confused, can be agitated, it can affect the blood. The person is coming down with things like anemia, reduced amount of blood. The person is coming down with kidney issues. The person tells you, for some days I've not been able to urinate and things like that. You just notice the person is not producing urine. The person is very weak, and so depending on the outcome, the person tells you, I notice I've not been able to breathe well. In fact, in some, it is the systemic manifestation that is even more obvious than the arthritis itself. you know. But then when you take a proper history, you examine the patient, it now gives you a clue that okay, the person tells you, I just noticed my eyes feels dry, you know, they find it difficult to shed tears. The person tells you it is hard for me to swallow, you know. The person tells you my skin just feels tight on my body, you know, people with scleroderma. They tell you my fingers are changing colors, you know, like it's turning something like purple and things like that. They look pale, you know, people with Raynaud's phenomenon and things. So it can be with the systemic manifestation. Then for the second part, you said, is there any difference between arthritis in men and arthritis in women? Well, arthritis is more commoner in women compared to men. When women have arthritis, it tends to be more severe. The pain tends to be more as compared to men. Well, for most diseases, we have predisposition. Part of the epidemiology, it usually affects some other people as compared to others. You know, some life events, because some of the causes of arthritis are due to autoimmune disorder, and anything that has to do with autoimmune, it is commoner in women. Because sometimes, maybe after pregnancy, there are just some changes, your immune system is low during pregnancy. Some it is after an infection, the body is trying to fight an infection, produces an antibody, and that antibody is now attacking the joints. So some arthritis could just be that, okay, your own immune system is attacking the joints, and any autoimmune condition, women are prone to it. Yes, so it is more severe in women. And then for women, when they have arthritis and maybe the woman is pregnant, you know, for some the arthritis may not be so obvious, she's able to enjoy it and all that, but some things might even give you a clue. The woman tells you, oh, I've been having repeated miscarriage. Because sometimes the antibody they produce, antiphospholipid syndrome, they form like an infarct around the placenta. So because of that, the baby is not getting enough nutrients, it blocks the placenta and things like that. So it could be, that is how you know that, okay, this person has an autoimmune condition. You know, so those are some of the differences.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Okay, now who is supposed to treat arthritis? Is it a physiotherapist or a general practitioner like you?
In medicine, there's this thing we say multidisciplinary approach. So it depends on the type of arthritis and it depends on the severity. But generally, if we want, the person that is supposed to see an arthritis patient is a rheumatologist. Yes, a lot of people are not. Well, rheumatologists are specialists in internal medicine that deal with connective tissue disorders. Yes, anything that has to do with connective tissue, they handle it. So, but there are not so many rheumatologists, that is one, and a lot of people are not even aware that they are supposed to see one.
Getting to hear that.
There is difference between when a rheumatologist is managing a patient and any other specialty. There's a great difference in the outcome, what it will be. The success rate is usually higher, way higher. So it depends on the stage. Everybody has his or her role to play. You know, the general practitioner will be the first point of contact. You see the patient, you know. You might even be the one to identify that, okay, this is what you have and the type. Then you refer to the rheumatologist. So then in osteoarthritis, usually in the early stages, you know, they can be managed by the GP, rheumatologist, physiotherapist, but it gets to a stage that everything you are giving, all the medications, they are not working. So because now it has to do with erosion of the cartilage. You have two bones and you have something in between it. It's more or less like a shock absorber. So when you have that shock absorber, you know, it's like there's an erosion, you know, with time because of weight and things like that. So the bones, they start touching each other and it becomes very painful. So irrespective of whatever you are giving, that pad, that covering that is there, it's no more, it's worn out. You know, so the person is feeling pain irrespective of the medication and all of that. So with that, they need to do joint replacement. It can be knee replacement, it can be hip replacement. At that point, it is your orthopedic surgeon that will manage that patient. But for things like rheumatoid arthritis, arthritis due to SLE, Sjogren's syndrome, scleroderma, and you know, primarily the rheumatologist should manage. You know, for every arthritis, the rheumatologist you should see, and if you need to see other specialists, the rheumatologist will tell you, okay, see your physiotherapist, do this exercise, you know, to help you get better. If you need to see orthopedic surgeon, they will send you. So it is better if you send the patient to see a rheumatologist. Then, if outside the arthritis, the patient has other systemic manifestation, that's why I say it's a multidisciplinary approach. So let's say for somebody with SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus and all of that, it might even be it is the dermatologist that will see first. Rheumatologists are usually close to dermatologists. In some centers, they train together. Yes, but dermatologists are in charge of skin. Why? Because sometimes these patients, they just come with malar rash. You see this part of the face is red, so we call it butterfly rash. You know, and somebody, they don't even know, they say, oh, this patient has dermatitis, and you are sending to see the dermatologist. And the dermatologist is asking, do you have any joint pain and things like that? You know, they do some tests, ANA, anti-nuclear antibody positive and things like that. You know that, okay, this person has most likely an SLE. Then you send to the rheumatologist. But if the patient is having things like the kidneys are not working well, you know, you see that the blood level is low, the creatinine is high, other indicators that will tell you that the kidneys are not working well. The person tells you, I find it difficult to breathe and all of that because of fluid overload, the kidney is not working well. At that point, they need to see a nephrologist. So the nephrologist, yes, the nephrologist will manage the kidney issues associated with it. You know, if it has, so any system that is involved, if there's systemic manifestation, the specialist that deals with that system will tackle it. But arthritis itself belongs to it's a disorder that should be managed by the rheumatologist.
Okay, it's time for us to go for this short break, and our doctor is still right here. So if you have missed anything, I'm sure you will have to go back before we come back because you need to continue this discussion with us. Stay back, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. It's still Family and Values, and we're still talking about health, and this is your health when it comes to arthritis. Rheumatologist, nephrologist and rheumatologist. I'm just hearing that too. I'm not a science student, so don't blame me. As much as Joy tried to clone me as Mama Gen Z, I don't know that one. But when you get to where you need to learn, you have to stay back and listen seriously. Okay, Joy.
Okay, doctor. Now, you've said a lot about arthritis, because sometimes we just say these words very common. Somebody just say, I have arthritis. But with what you've expatiated, I mean, my brain is already thinking, you know, so next time I hear somebody say, I have arthritis, calm down. Be sure of what you have. But then, is there an age bracket or can young people actually have arthritis? That's number one. Secondly, you mentioned the process of treatment. Now, what is the cost of treatment? Because from one expert to another, like I can literally imagine You know, so
not
what
a
is
joke.
so all these people that used to stay on the road and say take this one drug, it will cure the whole arthritis. We see them on the road
There
at
are
bus stops,
plenty.
there are plenty. Inside buses they say this one drug will cure even arthritis and rheumatism. So now I'm learning and it's a better knowledge for me. So who are the people that are really prone? Is that age bracket? Can young people actually have arthritis? And what is the cost like? So that we don't scare people, you know. This one, they are specialists that need to handle every aspect. So,
Well, for arthritis, usually we'll see it among the elderly people
okay.
because the commonest type is the osteoarthritis, which comes as a result of wear and tear of the cartilage in between the two bones.
Okay.
So now, because it occurs usually because you have been using that joint for a very long period of time, so there's wear and tear. So you see it in older people. Then it depends. If the person is obese, you know, even in a younger person, you can see it. People in their 20s, 30s, depend on how big the person is. You know, you can see it in younger people. For the one that is autoimmune, you can see it in any age group, though it is still commoner among the older people. But you can see it in teenagers, and the scary one, SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, you can see it in younger people. In fact, when a woman has SLE and she's pregnant, there are some antibodies we look at, anti-Ro antibodies. She can, if she has that, she can pass it on to the baby.
Wow. So it's hereditary.
Well,
We say it's hereditary.
not to an extent, yes, but that does not mean it is hereditary.
Okay.
Now it is because she passed the antibody to the child,
The womb.
you know, because she was pregnant as at that time. You know, but let's say she had given birth before she developed, that does not mean the child will get it.
Okay.
But there are some genetic predisposition, we tend to see it among family members and things like that. So any age group can get arthritis, but it is commoner among the older individual.
Okay.
Then as for the cost, nothing is cheap in Nigeria now.
It's okay.
At all, nothing.
Nothing is cheap because we produce oil, and even oil is not cheap in Nigeria. But the truth is, it depends on the stage of the arthritis. If detected on time, you prevent it from getting to the late stage. You use your regular medication, lifestyle modification, and the person is fine. You know, they can say, okay, stop eating red meat, like the advert they did before, stop taking alcohol. If you know you're on the big side, cut your weight and everything. You know, failure to do that will not get to another stage that is expensive. You know, that will cost millions of naira if you want to do joint replacement. Because it is not just every orthopedic surgeon that can even do the joint replacement. You need an orthopedic surgeon that is vast in experience and specialized in joint replacement. So that will cost a lot of money. You know, but if the person has maybe renal involvement, you know, things like SLE too. There is this popular musician, I don't want to mention the name, a female that did song with one Nigerian musician, a young guy, and the song is going global everywhere. I don't want to call the name of the song, but we heard one time that she did kidney transplants. I don't know how true it is because I don't follow so much of entertainment. Sometimes I just go through social media and I see these things, I read passively. I didn't bother to confirm if it's true or not. So that's why I don't want to say what I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
You know, but what I read, they said she has SLE and all of that, and the thing affected her, you know, her kidney and all of that. So it is not a surprise. So if it affects the kidney and one has to do a transplant, will know what the cost of that is likely going to be.
Wow.
It is very expensive, because after the transplant, they need to be on immune suppressor, something to suppress the immune system not to attack the kidney, and those drugs are expensive. So the surgery itself is expensive, the drug afterwards actually expensive too.
But to even find the kidney itself, is it not
It's expensive.
But the good thing about Nigeria, which is the edge we have over other countries, whether we like Nigeria or not, but it has some advantages in the sense that when you go to government hospital, you know, these things are, you can get it at a minimal cost.
Okay.
In fact, I saw somebody that was looking for rheumatologists and all of that in a private center, and the person paid, I think, 100,000 for one consultation just to sit down and discuss with the person. You know, and that is with plenty abeg. Ejo, help me. You know, with so many, help me to locate, because there are not many. There are not many. With the rate of migration of doctors, the Japa syndrome, everybody is leaving. So the few ones you have, they are highly booked. So to even get one, you know, a lot of doctors don't even have the contact of one. You go to a government hospital and there are plenty. You know, they tell you, okay, the clinic run from this time to this time. People go there as early as 5 in the morning, line up
to make
you
sure.
know, you see what you can see, because outside the people you are seeing in the outpatient department, you have some on admission that is still the same person that will go and see. So they have limitation to the number of patients, but outside their working days, you can now book them in a private center and it is expensive. But if you go to a government hospital, it is cheaper. I don't know what the cost is like right now to see a rheumatologist in the government hospital, but I remember then in Lutz, I think it used to be 1,000 naira. So because government has subsidized it. I don't think it's because of the time. A lot of people don't know how to utilize what they have. And some of the issues we have with our healthcare system is we don't actually tell people what we can do. That is why somebody wants to do knee replacement, he feels he has to go to India, you have to go to China, you have, when they do it here in Nigeria.
And it will be okay.
Every surgery, you have seen patients that travel to the US, and the surgery she was supposed to do there, the bill they gave her was $50,000. This was many years ago. And the person that was supposed to do it for her was to say, are you not Nigerian? She said she's Nigerian. She said, so why did you come here? She said she believed this is where they will do it. And the white doctor was telling her that the person that will see come here to do it is a Nigerian. You know, we will book all of you for a particular period. He will come, do the surgery, we will pay him, take whatever, he will go back to, why don't, if you don't have the money, he said, I see you struggling to pay the bill. Why not go to Nigeria and do it? And the white doctor gave the woman the doctor's contact. You know, and when she mentioned the name of the doctor, I showed her the doctor's picture. It's a doctor in Lutz. In fact, in that department, when they rate doctors, maybe if they call like the first three, they won't even call him, because he's still like, he has other senior colleagues.
Oh my God.
But we don't even know that we have people like that in this country. Okay, maybe we know because with the coming of social media, there was another influential doctor that did a brain surgery, and a Nigerian doctor did it, and the thing was trending on Twitter everywhere, and like, you know, people started commenting, oh, he did this, we went to America for a second opinion, they say, oh, the doctor did a fantastic job. And you know, so maybe we need to educate the masses more that some of the things you are looking for, you can get the treatment here. And if you go to government hospital, if you are patient enough, because even when you go abroad, there is still time wasting. You will wait for you to see doctor. I've seen people there that will say they want to see specialist, they give them appointment 18 months, and you will have to wait. In the abroad that they are rushing to, it's only in Nigeria here you can just pay money and they say, okay, there is no chance, you go to a private hospital, whatever. When the person is free, they book you. Even if you stay 2 hours, they are shouting, if you go abroad now, go and see why is it in Nigeria here? It's not like their healthcare system is better off. We don't utilize what we have. You know, so when you have issues like this, if you go to government hospital, it is way cheaper.
And I think the problem we have is lack of patience. even the general antenatal,
we don't believe in ourselves.
We don't even have the patience to wait in government hospitals.
A friend also shared something like this with me, and she was like, the doctor the cousin was supposed to meet in the US had tribal marks in Nigeria.
And that's why it's expensive, because
and you had to wait and book an appointment. Just like you just said, it's like you were just recounting what she told me. This was just like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I want to ask, I was sharing something with you when we went on that word of marble. When you have pains inside you can feel it, that it's inside the bones. What do you call that? And also, does arthritis has anything to do with cold? Because I've heard people, they will say they need to cover their warmness, their knee, I don't know. But does it have anything to do with that? Then is it curable?
Well, the one you asked about, if somebody has bone pain and
inside the bones, you can
feel
it.
You feel pain inside your bones. Different factors can be responsible for that.
Okay.
So depending on the history, what the patient is telling you, how long has it been, if there are other associated symptoms and things like that, the age of the patient, the gender. So if a woman is telling me things like that, it might not even be osteoarthritis, it can be osteoporosis due to menopause, because estrogen helps to build bones. So it can be that because she's not seeing, she has reached menopause, she's not seeing her period again, the estrogen level is lower, you get, the bone is not getting that nourishment that it usually gets. So the person is having bone pain. It can be that the person has malabsorption syndrome, so the person cannot absorb nutrients very well after eating. So the person is not able to absorb calcium very well, you know. It can also be that the person is not taking enough calcium, or the person has some disorders that have to do with calcium and things like that. So that then it could also be that the person has osteomyelitis, which is a different condition entirely. It's like an inflammation of the bone now, not joints. So if it is joints, it's arthritis. If it is the bone itself, it's osteomyelitis. But that is different. What's the second question?
The second one, cold. Does it have anything when you expose your bones too much, the cold, age and all that?
Yes. Earlier on, when I was talking about the things we see in arthritis, I said some people, when they wake up in the morning, they feel like the hands are stiff, and they tell you they have to. Well, the thing is, the joint sometimes feels congealed, like there's a gel in it, and it just feels stiff. You know, they tell you they have to put it inside hot water and things like that before they feel better. It is due to the inflammation. Inflammation, more or less, like when I say if I hit somebody on the forehead or something, that place is swollen. It is swollen because the blood cells will rush to that place and everything, try to combat or whatnot, and you have that place swollen. So those cells that you have in that place, they congealed. Whenever there's an inflammation, like cells will rush to that place, more or less like when you have an infection, cells will rush to that place. So when they go to that place, the place feels stiff. So when it feels stiff, you have to put in warm water and all of that to relieve the stiffness and things like that. Then I also mentioned something called scleroderma, where I said the skin feels tight, you know. And for those one, the person tells you my hand feels discolored, you know. I look at my hand and all of that, I look pale, or the hand looks blue and things like that. It's as if enough blood is not getting to that part of the hand. So now, people with that part, the phenomenon where the hand looks blue, we call it Raynaud's phenomenon. You know, when people like that are exposed to cold, it gets worse. So they need to be in warm environment and things like that. But ordinarily, not like cold will affect arthritis as such, unless the type, maybe the one attached to Raynaud's phenomenon.
Okay, before I let you go, I just want you to, there's this popular mind that is out there, believe, I've heard people tell me a whole lot, oh, you that love cold water, You that used to take ice water.
They chew, no,
you
no,
that used to
they
chew blocks.
They chew blocks.
As you grow older, you end up having arthritis.
How bad is
true?
it?
How
When
true
you
is
chew
it that when you
raw,
take cold water,
iced,
or when you chew ice blocks, or take something very cold continuously, you are prone to having arthritis? How true is that? Just to debunk that, or tell us if it's true.
Well, there is no scientific basis for that.
God bless you.
There's no scientific basis for that.
If there's no, we want to say big thank you. And is arthritis curable or rheumatism, is it?
Yes, it depends on the type. Some curable, like septic arthritis, but others you can manage it relatively well.
Okay, we can manage it relatively
Thank you
well.
very
We want
much.
to say big thank you to you, Dr. Kelvin. This is coming from Galaxy Television and also Viju Industries Limited. We have the Vigo, okay, the Vigo water and energy drink for you. It's so small, but we hope this will do something as you go drive back to your office.
Thank you.
So thank you for
thank you. That's from Viju.
thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so our topic tomorrow, hey, youthful exploration. Youthful exploration. Do you think hookup or escort is a good thing to experience? Do you think our youth need to explore such so that they know what life is all about? We'll talk more about this tomorrow. And on that note, I want to say thank you once again. We wish you Johnny Mercy back to your office and have a beautiful day. Joy.
Thank you very
30
much.
seconds.
Thank you for being part of Family and Values. My name still remains Joy Abu. We'll see you tomorrow as we round up the week. Have a wonderful Thursday and stay healthy.
Stay healthy. We love you. Do the right thing. And please remove excess out of everything you do, okay? Even when you watch TV, remove the excess. We love you. My name is Remain Oloriade Jokiadobi David. Thank you to everyone who has made today a success in today's production. Stay tuned for the next program. See you tomorrow. Bye.